Hello, Viola Rose here, and I'm going to make a short, very short video here just to talk about the difference that I have experienced between doing traditional liver flushing and doing liver flushing with ZenCleanz. And by traditional liver flushing, I mean like the amazing liver and gallbladder flush that Andreas Moritz popularized, which was also talked about by many other people. And it's been around for quite some decades. And it's a method of doing liver and gallbladder flushing that involves drinking a lot of apple juice for a week to help soften the stones. And the stones are liver stones, really. We call them gallstones, but they originate in the liver. And the liver collects debris, sludge, all kinds of things because it filters the blood every 3 or 4 minutes and it moves through. And so it's constantly filtering. And the filter gets filled and clogged. And so fatty liver is really just a clogged filter, a clogged sponge. It's like a sponge, a very dense sponge, and it just collects all that stuff. And then that sludge and that stuff can turn into different, what we call gallstones, but they're really liver stones. Some of them will migrate down into the gallbladder, and then the gallbladder can get compacted full of gallstones, and people often will have surgery to have that removed, or stones will get lodged in the bile ducts, and so that becomes a problem as well. And in our lifestyles, there isn't common ways to actually flush out the liver. It's a sponge, like it needs to get squeezed out so that all that sludge will be released. And it causes problems. The more decades go on, then we get more and more different health problems, which a lot of times is just due to a clogged filter. Our liver is saturated, and people get fatty liver or lesions on their liver, and all kinds of health symptoms come from this. And also, when your liver is get agitated, it has problems, it causes anger and unpleasant emotions. So that's why living liver flushing and gallbladder flushing is popular. So this other method that has been around that I have tried, that many people have tried, like I said, it involves drinking a lot of apple juice for a week to help soften the stones, or taking malic acid, which comes from apples, to help soften the stones. And then on the cleanse, the flush day, where you're actually going to do, you've prepared for a whole week and you're going to do this flush, you drink a large quantity of Epsom salts in warm water. And what this does is it opens the bile ducts. So that way you can actually really start to release this stuff. Otherwise, it's not safe to do that because stones can get lodged in the bile ducts, and that's incredibly painful. So, drinking Epsom salts, I've done this a few times, and it is incredibly uncomfortable for me. It tastes horrible. It tastes strong, and it's just so salty and so harsh that I can't really kind of bear to do it anymore. And what Epsom salts do when you consume them is they are incredibly dehydrating and acidifying for the body. So there's a whole bunch of negative effects that happen with doing that. But I would still do it anyway if I needed to. It's almost worth it because you want to get the stuff out of the liver, especially if like you're going to have gallbladder surgery. You need to clear that liver out and that gallbladder so that way you don't have to have surgery. It's worth it. Drink your Epsom salts, do the cleanse. However, what has happened in the last 5 years is that there's a new company on the market called ZenCleanz, and they created a liver and gallbladder detox, which involves the flush as well, without using the Epsom salts or the week-long preparation that needs to be done before. It can be done in one day. So what is a liver flush? A liver flush is a brilliant thing. I can't believe that somebody even thought of this. This is like brilliant human technology here. And so what it involves is a large quantity, usually 4 to 6 ounces of olive oil mixed with a large quantity, 4 to 6 ounces of lemon or juice. And you combine them together, shake it up really well, and you drink it down after you have softened the stones and opened the bile ducts. So what happens when you consume that much olive oil at once? Now, olive oil, it's specifically you want to work with olive oil because olive oil has ingredients in it that are also very detoxifying for the liver and cleansing for the liver. It doesn't work as well with other oils. I've tried it. And so when you drink a large quantity of olive oil, your system kind of freaks out. Like it's like the body goes, "Oh no, release the gall," because gall is what digests oil. And so when we take that much olive oil at once, it's like everything opens up to flush all the gall out of your system to help process all that oil that came in. And if you have softened the stones and opened the bile ducts with your preparation beforehand, everything's wide open. And so when you release the gall, out with it comes all the toxins and the debris and the fat and the gallstones all come out with it. So that's what a gallbladder and liver flush is. Now, even if you don't have a gallbladder, because they're really liver stones and we collect it all in our liver, you can still do these liver gallbladder flushes because really you want to get all the stuff out of the liver as a priority. So then you're adding in lemon juice. Now, the lemon juice makes it bearable, but it also has another usage as well. And that is like, think about when you bite on a lemon rind, your mouth puckers kind of pucker, that's what's happening in your liver. And so it's actually helping to squeeze the sponge. It's like so much olive oil, and then the lemon comes in and it goes squeeze. And so then it releases all the fatty deposits that are on the outside of it, all the stones that are lodged and within it, and it comes flushing out. So that's what a liver and gallbladder flush is. And so with doing it with ZenCleanz, you it's just a 1 day cleanse. You don't need to prepare beforehand for a week, and you don't have to do any Epsom salts at all. So it's revolutionary. So this company came online 5 years ago or so, and they specialize in 3 year long fermented enzymes. So they take fruits and vegetables, various plants, and then they ferment them for 3 years. Now, most enzymes that you get at the store are fermented for 30 days. So 3 years means they're like enzymes on steroids. They're mega enzymes. And they've created these different cleanses for all 5 elements of the body based on Chinese medicine. So you've got an intestinal cleanse that they call the One Cleanse, which also cleans out the entire intestines, the small and the large intestine, in a 1 day cleanse. It's profound. I have videos on my YouTube channel of having done this and everything that came out of me. Then they also have one for the liver and gallbladder. And that's this one that we're talking about in this video. This is the Forgive Cleanse. And it's called Forgive because when our liver is agitated or it has lots of extra toxins on it and whatnot, it creates agitation and anger. And so as we clear out the liver, we get more peaceful and forgiving. So it's beautiful that it's called that. So in this cleanse, you don't have to do anything to prepare. Yeah, it's nice to maybe eat lightly a day or two before, but you don't need to. And then throughout the day, you drink these different packets that come in the kit. Some of them are to help flush the system, and some of them are to help open the bile ducts and soften the stones. And then you're also drinking their liquid 3 year long fermented enzymes through the day to nourish and keep the detox going. And then you just do that throughout the day, every hour till about 4 or 5 o'clock, depending upon your schedule and when you started. And then you wait 4 hours and let everything kind of go dry in your system. And then you do your olive oil and your lemon juice. But this kit comes with some really high quality olive oil and not just lemon juice, but they've kind of made a blend with some other plants and some ferments that make it even more effective. And then you drink that at night and you have your liver flush and you do it in just 1 day. So that's the main difference. Much easier to do. Um, you don't have to prepare for a whole week. The effects, in my experience of doing both, are way more profound and effective with the ZenCleanz. You can see pictures on some of my other videos of what's come out of me during these like really large stones and like profound amounts of stuff. I had a whole situation with my health, and I had a compacted liver and lesions, compacted gallbladder and lesions on my liver, which is what got me into this. And so I've learned so much. And I will never go back to the old way of doing the liver flushing again. Even though that way is cheaper, it's way more harsh. It's not as effective. It takes a lot more prep work. And this is just easy. And now that I've completely detoxed out my liver after doing a series of these, and I had MRI scans again, everything's clean and clear in there. So now I'm just doing this twice a year now to keep up with it so that I don't get retoxified. And so I love ZenCleanz. They're the only people on the market who have anything even remotely like this. It's revolutionary, and it's the next evolution of liver and gallbladder cleansing. And and so if you want to learn more, you can check out my videos. You can message me. I am an affiliate because I love them so much. I have an affiliate code that will give you 5% off your order, and that's Viola Rose, just my first and last name. And you can message me to ask any questions. And I guess that covers it. All right. Bye.